So here we go with part 2, how to make a Weebly site. As you can see, I'm recording it the same day. We still have Waffles back there, so hopefully she won't be distracting again. But you're about to not see her. We're going to spend most of our time on how to make this Weebly site. So let's go ahead and switch over. Now, one reason I pick Weebly is because we had students make pages in their school accounts, but then when they graduated, they would lose everything. There are built-in tutorials here. If you want to go through, it's showing you how to add an element right now. I'm going to do it a little bit of a different order, but anytime if you close that, you can click right here and go through their tutorial. It has this little customize your footer. Some of you will want to click that and it's going to tell you that that's a paid service. There are going to be things that are grayed out. In fact, if you look down here, there are right down here where it says more and it has these little zappy icons. Anytime it's got the lightning bolt, that's something you have to pay for. So know that you can't use those options unless you subscribe. Now, if you selected this template and have decided you don't really love it, you can go back to themes. And at any point, you can go back to theme and you can search through if you want to change your site. And that's not just for today. If you decided that actually I really like this one better, you can choose theme and convert over what you have. Now it does look like it's having a little lag in loading, and that's different. So choose theme. All right. If I want to replace a picture, I can click on it and I can edit image, I can replace image. So replace image is where you would select a new one on your computer. So you can upload a photo from your computer, you can drag and drop. If I click on here, I have my desktop. And if I decided I wanted to show like a picture of our school, I could do that. Hopefully it will upload. I could try another one, see if maybe there was just a problem with that picture. Yeah, there we go, now it's working. And if I want to crop this now, I'll go edit image, crop, and let's crop it down to that size. And then if I hit this, it should have gone back and cropped the image. There we go. And then I hit save. So seems to be working, and I could crop it so that it has that same orientation. If I make it too big though, it's not going to automatically zoom in. As you saw, it's going to shrink. The other thing you can do is you can click on the image and you can resize it, just kind of pulling these parts here. It won't let you go bigger than the container, but it'll let you go smaller. And if you wanted to stretch this container out, you can move that around. So if I hit undo, it is not responding. So I do know that it told me right there, if I want to undo the snap and get this even again, I can hold shift while I'm dragging it. And that lets me resize these areas. So let's say we want to add some elements. First, let's say I want to add a title. Now every Weebly comes with default text for their titles and default for their text. Welcome everyone. And then if I wanted text, browse my portfolio photography. And we'll talk about kind of what you would put in here. Now, if I wanted more or less space in between, if I had a spacer here and I didn't want it, I can always click and delete it. If I decided I didn't like what that looked like, I wanted to add that spacer back, I could go through and find it right here. If I drag it, it's just going to go in that one column. If I move it over, it'll go over all 3 columns. And then the spacer, you can physically click it and drag it up and down. You can add images by just dragging this image area over. So if I wanted to put like a picture of myself or a picture of my cat or something, I could. Maybe I want to just upload another one from my desktop. I can also resize images by, as I said, dragging the side, but be careful with that, because what that does, it doesn't resize it, as in make the whole image smaller. It just takes the reference of a larger image and then shows it smaller. So it can increase the time it would take to load. So as said, it's always better to go into an editor like Photoshop or Photopea and resize it manually to the size you want. That's just best practices for web. So if I want to upload a couple images, let's go ahead and get rid of this rabbit. Highlighted works are above and more works are below. This isn't necessarily how you'd make a great site, but it's all right. For the demo, I'm sure you guys will get some more ideas. And remember, you only need 3 works. Now, if you have a lot of them, it might be best to put in a slideshow instead of this gallery look. So you can go simple slideshow. You can have the thumbnails on the bottom. You can have numbers on the bottom. I tend to prefer this one, but you'll know what goes best for your work. If you have a lot of detailed work that will look weird small, you may just want to go to that simple slideshow. So I can hit continue, and then from here, why not? Let's go ahead and click all of them. I'll take away this banner. See. You can select all the images you want to be in the slideshow and then hit open, and they'll all upload. And I do like this view, especially if you have a lot of different images where they're different sizes, because it does make it easy to navigate and look through without having this constant, like, here's a big picture, here's a little picture. But I've seen some of my students get really creative in making this look kind of like this designed quilt type pattern. So once they all upload, you can hit save. And then you can scroll through.